We now welcome in UCF basketball coach Donnie Jones, who I guess now is already looking ahead to next season, probably in the midst of recruiting, scouting. I think he has some basketball camps coming out at UCF. Donnie, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for having me.
Donnie, I got to tell you, your sport last night took a hit. That was one of the ugliest games ever. Tell me what happened.
Well, I tell you, it's funny. Yeah, my wife, she told me this morning she was watching the game because that may have been one of the toughest games to watch in a long time in college basketball. But it was two teams. I think one, UConn, obviously has had an incredible run, won 11 in a row, Mike, and and Butler. I mean, they kind of been the team of destiny. It's hard not to root for those guys for what they're about and what they do. And I think, last night, UConn is a team that sometimes probably hadn't gotten the credit for what they have done, to win 11 in a row and win 5 in a row in the Big East like they have. And, and all the way up into that championship game, there's so much emotion. I know being a part of that 3 times in the Final Four after the first game, there's so much emotion when you led up to that first game that sometimes when you get to that second game, emotionally, it's taking the toll on you. And it's kind of looks like that's what happened to Butler. Looks like they emotionally just hit a wall in the second half.
Donnie, what about, forget emotionally for a minute, what about physically? Is it too many games in too short a period? Could that have anything to do with it?
Yeah, well, I don't know if that's the case, but, Butler, here they are. They've been a team that's found ways to win. Matt Howard's physicality has been a big part of what kept them in the game. And you think last night they completely negated his ability to get second shots and his ability to score. I mean, he hit 3 2-point field goals in the game. I mean, I don't know how many times that I've ever seen that stat many times, and especially shooting 18%. You're not going to win against anybody. But give UConn credit. Their size, their length, their toughness, their physicality playing in the Big East, the kind of kids they got night in and night out, that wears on you. And I think that really was the difference if you look at that in the game.
Donnie, there's talk that Jim Calhoun, this may be his last hurrah. Nobody knows quite yet. Will he retire or not? What is his legacy as a basketball coach?
Well, he's went into UConn and, kind of did what, Billy was doing in Florida. He turned that into a really good basketball program. I know they weren't very good in the Big East in the early years when they joined that. And, and he's created his own program and his own identity. And I think that's the thing for him right now to win 3 national championships. I know there's a lot of scrutiny from behind the scenes of some recruiting and different things that went on. But you know what? I mean, that's happened in a lot of programs. And give his kids credit with all that looming over them. To be able to stay focused on what you're trying to accomplish has been pretty impressive.
We were talking to UCF basketball coach Donnie Jones. Donnie, I have to ask you this, and I think I've asked you this before. If Butler and VCU can get to the Final Four, why not UCF?
Yeah, well, no question. I think that's the thing you're seeing in college basketball right now, Mike, is I think that, those programs have, just didn't happen overnight. You look at Butler, they started making their runs back in 2000, when we saw them in the NCAA tournament. And, it's been about a 10-year period now where they've been a consistent contender by getting into the NCAA tournament. And they've built their program. VCU's the same thing. It's not, they've had some teams that have been very good and have got in there over the last several years, and they're starting to build tradition. You keep kids there for a long period of time, and they're seniors and juniors, and they've been in there playing together. It's a huge advantage, even when they're playing against the big schools, to go in there with their chemistry. And those kids all of a sudden that went in there maybe not good enough to be high major plus players or high major plus players by the time they're juniors and seniors.
Donnie, a lot of jobs have been open in college basketball. There are reports that Tennessee may have reached out to you and that you may be a candidate for the Miami job. Have you been contacted about any jobs, and would you consider any other jobs?
Yeah, no, Mike. It's we just got here and we're just getting things rolling here, and I haven't been contacted by nobody. And rumors throw out there with people, and when all that gets started with jobs. But we got a lot to do here. We're just getting started, and we love our kids that we got back from this year's team and who we got coming in. So we're just getting ready to get things going right here at UCF.
Yeah, coach is no Lane Kiffin, Mike. Come on.
Donnie, conventional wisdom says Shaka Smart should jump at a BCS job, but it looks like he's going to stay at VCU. Why would he stay at VCU and not pursue a job like NC State or Tennessee or Missouri?
Yeah, well, I think, he's got a great, I know his leadership there. They got a great leadership in their athletic department. His AD's a great guy. I think he's creating his own identity there now at VCU. He's got a good team coming back, and I think he's got 8 years to do it. And he's got a chance to be a winner in that league every year because it's one of the top 3 programs every year in the CAA. And you've seen they can get 3 teams out of that league as they did this year. Or you can go over to the ACC or somewhere like that where you're going to take a program over you have to rebuild. And in doing something like that, you look at John Pelfrey, in his 4th year, they say they're going to be patient sometimes, but they're not patient. And after the 4th year, they let you go. And so you can all of a sudden, from where you get it going, and be let go, rather than a program where you can sustain winning. And I think you got to be happy. I think it ain't all about the money. I think that people think coaches always take the jobs just for the money. Everybody takes it for different reasons, but we all want to be in a scenario where we got a chance to win consistently every year and be in that NCAA tournament. And I think that's what we're trying to do here at UCLA, just to be a consistent contender, to have a shot every year where something like VCU and Butler has done can happen.
He is Donnie Jones, UCF basketball coach. Donnie, what are you doing right now? Are you in a recruiting period? I know. Tell us about your camps that you're running out at UCF.
Yeah, Mike, thanks. Yeah, we got camps coming up this summer. We're going to have a parent and child camp where you can bring your son or daughter and go to camp for the weekend. I'll be there with my kids as well in it. And we have a team camp where we'll have teams across the state come in. We had 90 teams on campus last year around the state. And then we're going to have, a couple individual camps that we'll have out there. And you can go on to DonnieJonesBasketball.com, and you can see the website with all the dates on that. Right now, the period, Mike, for us is what we call a dead period, where you cannot have anybody on campus or you can't go out and see anybody. That ends officially at noon on Thursday. And that will be a contact period where we can be out and we can visit with seniors in their homes. And we can do that all the way to Sunday. And then it becomes a signing period next week. You look to try to sign. That'll go on for 30 days where we'll have evaluations and signings. So it's recruiting. It never stops, as you well know. And we're just into that next phase with our program.
Donnie, that dead period never seemed to stop Bruce Pearl from recruiting.
Well, everybody recruits differently. I'm not sure how Coach Pearl recruited, but so we make sure we stay at home.
Oh, so no barbecues that everybody's invited over for? Come on.
Yeah, we have barbecues. We just have our players over there. That's it. Just the players on the team now. That's the main one you got to have.
Donnie, last thing, are head coaches allowed out to recruit this time of year?
Absolutely. Starting when the dead period ends, Mike, which will be Thursday at noon, we go till Sunday, and then it goes all. Then we have a 4-day dead period again for signing period, and then we go out all the way to the 22nd of April. So we'll be out every day. This is an important time, and for us to get out, see juniors and seniors that we may want to help fill our roster with.
Donnie, you need to take a reporter on a recruiting trip with you sometime. Let us see how you.
That'd be great. You'd like to do that sometime with us?
Yeah. Will you let me go?
Absolutely. Yes.
Cool.
Mike's just looking for a free meal, Coach. Don't let him get off the hook that easy.
I'll buy.
Whoa.
That's great. No, that'd be great. We can definitely do that, Mike. We'll talk about a time that works for both of us. That'd be great.
He is Donnie Jones, UCF basketball coach, in the midst of rebuilding that UCF program, on the road recruiting, running his basketball camps. Donnie, where can fans go to get that camp information again?
DonnieJonesBasketball.com. All one word there. It's got all of our, you can go in there and register online, and it's got all the information on there. We'd love to have you a part. We're looking for a great summer.
Donnie, we appreciate you being on today and analyzing last night's game for us.
No, it's great to be with you guys. Appreciate you having me. Have a great day.